Hi, this is Karthik. In this video, I am going to explain you how to set up Flutter in Android Studio in Windows operating system. And for doing this, we have to follow some steps, and these are the steps involved. So first, what we have to do is we have to download and install Android Studio. We will do that. Okay, for that in Google we will search for Android Studio. Okay, then click on the first link, either this one or this one. Then click on download Android Studio here, and it will ask to accept some terms and conditions. Just scroll down and accept this one, then click on download Android Studio. Okay, the version may different, depends on the time you are watching. Okay, so if you click this, it will be downloaded. As I have already downloaded it, I will skip the downloaded part. So here you can see this is Android Studio. Now we will install this one. Double click on it. Setup has started. It will ask for a prompt asking the administrator permission. Just click on yes. Okay, now click on next, then click on next. Don't unselect all these things. Click on next, then click on next. Install. Okay, now after showing it completed like this, click on next, then click on finish and check this one. Don't uncheck this. Okay, keep it like that and click on finish. Okay, if you are installing freshly, you can just click on OK by selecting this do not import settings. If you already have Android Studio installed, or you have settings shared somewhere for Android Studio, for example, if I select this one, you can see I have a zip file for settings here, but as of now I am continuing with the do not import settings. Okay, now click on next. See, you can continue with the standard installation, but I will choose a custom because I want to change the SDK location to different location. That's why I'm going with custom. Click on next. This is a theme. You can select between the light or Dracula theme. Click on next. See here what is it is asking is it want to install all these things. You what you have to do is you have to just click on next, but for me I have SDK already downloaded in my computer. I am selecting the location for the SDK. Okay, so this is the SDK location in my PC. Now I will click on next. Okay, it is loading my SDK, that's why it is taking some time. Okay, now click on next and select the RAM size, but 2 GB is recommended, so we will stick with that. Okay, use recommended. Click on next, then click on finish. So we have to wait until the missing SDK files to be downloaded, so we have to wait for some time. Okay, and after finishing everything, it will, the finish button will be highlighted. Click on finish. Okay, so by this we have installed Android Studio. So our next step is to install Git for Windows. For that, same thing, we have to search for Git for Windows in Google. Okay, so Git download package. Here you download depending on your operating system. For me it is 64-bit, but I already downloaded it, so I'm skipping the download part and installing directly. Double click on this Git, and the version number may differ by the time you're watching this video. And before that, we'll close the Android Studio for now. Okay, let's install this Git. Click on next, click on next. So it is saying that Git already exists. No problem, click on S, then click on next, then click on next, click on next, next. We'll continue with installation with the default settings only. Okay, after that uncheck this one and click on finish. So next thing what we have to do is we have to download Flutter and then check whether it is correctly installed or not. So let's go to Google again, search for Flutter, and the first link is the flutter.dev, that is developer. Click on it, then click on get started here. Then here we have 4 options: download for Flutter for Windows, Mac OS, Linux or Chrome OS. So you can develop Flutter on any of these OSs, but as we are dealing with the Windows, we will download Windows. Okay, download this zip file, and next thing what we have to do is we have to, after downloading this file, we have to extract to this location in our C drive. So for that what we have to do is we will open the C drive while the file is downloading. we open the C drive, we will create a new folder with the name src, but this is not mandatory, but that means it is not necessary to create the same directory name. You can choose anything, but let's go with the defaults. Then inside src, that is src folder, we will copy the zip file here and extract it. So we will wait for the download to be finished. Just press Ctrl J on keyboard to see the download progress. Okay, now download has been finished. Now I'll click on show in folder here, then copy the zip file just downloaded now, cut it or copy it, then go to C drive, go to src folder and paste it here. Okay, then right click, then click on extract here. So the Flutter folder will be automatically extracted to this location. So the extracting is almost finished. Okay, now the Flutter folder has downloaded here. Now we will delete the zip file from here. So next what we have to do is just search for click on your Windows button and search for CMD, which stands for command prompt, then open it. Now we have to check whether the Flutter is installed properly or not. For that we will type flutter hyphen version, flutter space hyphen version, and press enter on keyboard. So as expected, it is showing an error, that is Flutter is not recognized as an internal or external command. So what we have to do is just open the Flutter folder, then open the bin folder, copy the path by left clicking on it and right click, then copy the path here. Now what we have to do is right click on your my computer or this PC in Windows 10 and Windows 11, then click on properties. Okay, now in properties what you have to do is select advanced system settings, then select environment variables, then select this path in user variables, then select edit, then click on new button here and paste the path just we copied, then click on OK. Now then click on OK, then again click on OK here also. Now let's run the command again. So still it is showing the same. No problem. What we have to do is we have to just close the command prompt and we have to open again. So Flutter, so you may be confused because I am opening from here. Okay, just go to Windows, then search for CMD, then open command prompt, then type flutter space hyphen version, enter. So it is taking time for loading, so that means we have successfully added Flutter to our Windows. Okay, you can see now it is showing what is the version and everything. So this indicates the Flutter is installed correctly. Now we will see whether we have any errors. Okay, for that you go to Flutter folder, then in the path type CMD and press enter, then type in the command prompt, that is flutter doctor and press enter. So it is diagnosing the flutter in our system. Okay, here it is showing two errors, that is Android licenses are not accepted. Okay, that is one thing. Second one is the Visual Studio is not installed. We can ignore this Visual Studio for now, because we are using another IDE, that is Android Studio instead of Visual Studio. There is no need to install the Visual Studio. Then one error here is Android licenses. You may get another error like missing Android tools. Okay, Android SDK tools. If you have got that error also, I will show you how to fix that. Okay, in a while. Before that, we will fix the error which we want to fix. That is the first one, that is Android license status unknown. For that, it itself, that is command prompt itself, in command prompt itself, Flutter is telling that Flutter doctor, we have to run the command Flutter doctor hyphen hyphen Android hyphen licenses. So we will do that. So what we will do, Flutter space doctor space hyphen hyphen Android hyphen licenses. You can press enter. Okay, now what we have to do is we have to open the Android Studio. Android Studio. Okay, now after opening the Android Studio, we will click on this more actions button here, then click on SDK manager, so that it will open our Android SDK platforms. So it is looking for updates here, so we have to wait for few seconds. Okay, after loading, just click on SDK tools here. Here one item is here, that is Android SDK command line tools. Okay, we have to install this one also. For that, what you have to do is you just check this one like this, then click on apply, then click on OK, and allow Android Studio to download it and install that plugin. So it has downloaded and unzipping. Now it is finished. Click on finish, then click on apply again. Okay, then click on OK. Now let's see, we will run the command again here, and what will happen. So now you can see the issue has gone, and it is loading some settings here. So let's wait for it to load. So now you can see all SDK package license accepted. Okay, now what we will do, we will run the command again. We will run the command Flutter doctor again. And see whether that error has gone or not. That is, this error, Android license status unknown, that error should be gone for now. Okay, now you can see the doctor found issues in one category, that is Visual Studio. Only Visual Studio is a problem now, but there is no issue with that because we are using Android Studio as an IDE, not Visual Studio. So let's close this one. Okay, so whatever we installed just now, this is the thing previously I mentioned about the error which did not came in the Flutter Doctor results. Okay, so this is the same thing, both are same. So now the Flutter is fixed. Now let's prepare our Android Studio for Flutter. For that, just open the Android Studio, then go to plugins, then click on marketplace. Okay, after that search for Flutter. Okay, the first result is the Flutter plugin. Click on install, then click on apps, accept the privacy policy. Then one more prompt will come, that is the Flutter plugin requires a Dart. So just it is mandatory to install the Dart for a Flutter plugin. So click on install that one. Both will be installed. After installation, Android Studio will ask you for the restarting the IDE. That is, you have to restart the Android Studio. Just click on this button here or here. Okay, then click on restart. Okay, now Android Studio has restarted. Now we got an option called new Flutter project. Before we got only new project, now we got another option. So click on new Flutter project. Then select Flutter. Here we have to show the Flutter SDK path. For that, where we installed Flutter in the C drive, inside that src, inside that Flutter. So click on OK, then click on next. Then give a name for this, hello_world. See, this project name doesn't allow us to give spaces like this. Okay, we have to give underscore if you want to differentiate between the words. And next thing is, we will leave it everything like this. Then here in the platforms you can select as per your requirement. Okay, for now I am developing for only Android and iOS. I am selected this. If you want to develop for Windows or web, you have to select this also. Then click on finish. And now Android Studio is creating the Flutter project. Let's wait for the Flutter to load the project. Okay, now it is loading and we have to wait until you can see that the right bottom corner, it is showing the progress of the project. So we have to wait until it is finished. So I think it's finished now, but still it is showing as indexing here. Let's wait until Android Studio completes its work. Okay, now the project has loaded successfully and you can see the tick mark here. So let's close all these messages here. So let's go to our steps. So next is we have to start the new Flutter project. We did it, and now we need to run in emulator, right? Okay, so instead of emulator here, I will skip the emulator part because emulator always slows your system. It will take a lot of time to boot up. So instead of that, we will use our phone as emulator here. So we'll use a real Android device. For that, you need to follow simple steps like enabling USB debugging in your Android device. So let's see how it will be done. Okay, for that what I have to do is we have to go to our phone settings. So open your phone, then click on settings, then in settings we need to go to developer options. So usually developer options will be inside the system settings. So let's go it. So it should be at the bottom here, but it is not there. So what we have to do, we have to enable the developer options. For that, what we have to do is we have to see, we have to go to back one step and select the about device. See, this about device settings may differ from device to device. You should find in your Android phone settings as per your model. So then go to Android version, sorry, not Android version, I think it is in the version. Okay, in version. So in version you will see the build number is here. Just tap 8 times on the build number, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and 8. So after the 8 times it will ask for a pin. So enter your pin. Now you can see it is showing a toast. You are now in developer mode. So just go back again, then go to system settings again, go to the bottom. At the bottom you will see the developer options here. You can see here. So here go to or scroll down just a bit and you will see allow USB debugging is there. Just enable it, then click on OK. So now what we have to do is we have to connect this one to USB cable. Okay, now the device will ask the, to allow the USB debugging. Just select this always allow this computer for debugging and select the allow button. Okay, now the USB debugging has been done. Okay, now you can see now our Android Studio also showing our device here. Okay, so now if we click on play button here, this project will be run and our first Flutter app will be run on our Android phone. So before going to that, I want to show you one more thing, that is displaying our Android screen on our Windows desktop. So for that, just go to Google and type scr copy space GitHub, then press enter. You will get one page here in the result, that is Genie mobile screen copy. Select that one, then scroll down. Scroll down here, you can see the Windows download here. Okay, select that one. So now the screen copy is downloading. Okay, now click on show in folder. Just open it. Okay, now what we will do is we will create a folder here, or I will copy this zip file to somewhere like in documents, then new folder, screen copy, then paste it here, then extract this one, then extract this one to here using WinRAR. Okay, after extracting we can delete this zip file here. Okay, now here in this folder you will see a file called screencopy.exe. You may not notice .exe because you have to enable this extension options. Otherwise you just note down that screen copy file with this icon, just double click on it and make sure your Android device is connected via USB debugging using USB cable. Okay, and wait for a few seconds. That's it, you can see the magic here. So now my Android device is showing here. I can even operate my device from with the help of mouse. Okay, so now what we will do is, so this is this very simple easy step to do that, and this will help as a best and fastest emulator also for us. So now we'll go back to the Android Studio and make sure you have the device selected here is your phone model, Android phone model. Then click on play button here. And now I will keep my mobile screen to be displayed here, so that whenever the project building completed, it will run here, so you can notice that. And you can see the progress of the steps here in the console. When you are running your app for first time with this button, it will take lots of time, maybe 5 to 10 minutes on the first run, so you have to wait patiently. But in the next runs, this process will be very fast. Okay, so now our first Flutter demo app has been launched in our Android device, and this is a sample code. See, they have given a button here. If you press on it, it will increment the number, and it reads as you have pushed the button this many times, that is 14, 50 like that. So I hope you understood how to set up Flutter in Android Studio for Windows. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel and share my videos, and more videos on Flutter are coming soon. So don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching, and this is Karthik signing off.